Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Sydney, and I realized I didn't do a proper introduction this morning because it was like 8:30 and I was about to be late to this class. It starts at 9. Today I wanted to do a film school in my life because I talk a lot about being in film school, but like I post nothing about it. So today is really just a day in my life at USC film school, and then later on I want to talk about my thoughts about being in the program and being in the school. Right now I'm in my producing class. So in my So What Now video, I talked about how I'm producing a senior thesis project for USC, and so I'm in that class where I'm producing the project right now. I'm not gonna lie, this class fills me with a lot of anxiety. One, like socially, the class makes me a bit anxious. Presenting your work is also quite nerve-wracking. Even if you didn't write it, you didn't direct it, something about putting yourself out there is always a bit nerve-wracking. And I hate to come on here and be like negative, but this is just the truth of the matter for me. A lot of this program does make me quite anxious. We're still gonna have a good day. We're still gonna try to have a good day today. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. We're on break right now. Class actually started back 2 minutes ago, but I just wanted to come up and film this little intro because I hadn't done one this morning. But it's a nice and pretty day. These are the production labs. They're in the basement. It kind of resembles high school and jail at the same time. Hi people, I'm outside of SCA. I finished my classes for the day. No more class. I'm outside of SCA with my friend Steven. He's over here. You can't see him, but he's right there. And I wanted to use this part of the video. Well, okay, here's my schedule from this point on. I'm done with classes. I have a meeting at 6. It's currently 4:16. And then later tonight, I have step practice, then a probate for Zeta Phi Beta, sorority incorporated. I'm going to be going with my line sisters. That'll be fun. But I want to choose this little in-between time to talk a little bit about my experience at the School of Cinematic Arts so far. And at first I had a whole little like script for this section. Like I was going to actually list out like pros and cons of being in the school and all of that stuff and whatever. But I honestly think I just want to talk. Like this is like a podcast and this is my podcast mic. Like I actually just want to talk. I want to start this part by saying like, overall, I am genuinely very grateful to be in this school. Very grateful to be in this program. Very grateful that I was admitted into the #1, allegedly, film school in the nation. Very, 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 very grateful. And I never, ever want to come off as I'm not grateful to be here. My parents worked really hard for me to be here. I worked really hard to get in here. I wanted to be here when I was 14 years old, got in, did the whole thing, right? I feel like I would have like the ideas for movies, for shorts, for whatever, but I don't think that there's anything more frustrating than having the idea for something and not knowing what to do with it or not knowing how to execute it. So with that in mind, I think that is what I'm most grateful for to be here, to have learned through this school is like how to have the ideas and what to do with it, and being able to do it fully on my own and not need anybody support, or I mean obviously you need a crew for some things, but like to not necessarily have to rely on other people to get my ideas executed. That is very valuable. But how I feel in this current state of being here, or an issue that I ran into earlier this semester that I'm still trying to work through, is how to present myself in a way that is not inauthentic to myself, but also isn't like, it's digestible, okay? Because I think sometimes in my like delivery in like real life, I can be a little bit like, not harsh, but just like straightforward, get to the point. I don't really like a lot of fluff. And with being a producer on this project and just like in general, you really have to talk to people how they can receive it. And that's one thing I've just had to navigate and figure out, is how do other people that I'm leading, receive notes and conversation and things, but how is it still authentically me? I don't know, that's a little bit difficult. And then also I will say, like, and I'm kind of trying to like beat around the bush because I never want to like just be openly negative online. I will say that there are, to me, have been a lot of like subtle racial elements to it. Just in the time that I've been here, I've had professors hold me to a higher standard than other students. Like, for example, I remember I came into class late one day and a professor just like snapped at me. She was like, "Why are you late?" Like, yeah. And then another like a guy walks in right after me, and he didn't get any flack for it whatsoever. And she accused me of having an attitude and being rude and all of this. And I was just like, I was 8 minutes late, girl. Like, it's not even that serious. And another one of my professors telling me to like fix my attitude when there was literally no attitude. I was just explaining to her that I was exhausted and felt backed into a corner and didn't know what to do. And she said, "Fix my attitude." It's like things like that. I also kind of feel like, I mean, Steven is like right here. This is my friend, like, hi. But I also feel like being in this school can be a bit isolating. But I will say, I feel like the non-Black people in my school, not my class, not like anything. Oh my God, if I put this in, that's really bold. I feel like the non-Black people in my school, in the School of Cinematic Arts, just in general, have such a community that people of color are not necessarily included in. And I don't want to say it's intentional. I don't think it's intentional at all. I don't think anybody is intentionally mean-spirited or racist or whatever, but it's just something that I've noticed, that like when I see people go to parties or people watch movies together, or I don't know what vibe I give off to people, but I would like to be included too. Like, I would like to be invited and make these connections that they say SCA is so known for. And I feel like they're getting it and I'm not, and it's just like, what? And then why is it that all of the people that are invited are not people of color? Food for thought. Food for thought. Another thing I will say about this program is that I wish I knew that it was going to be so time consuming before I came into it. Like, honestly, I do not think that me knowing that it was going to take a lot of time out of like my day-to-day life, I don't think that would have been something that deterred me from applying. I remember like first semester here, you're taking classes, I think it was Wednesday and Friday, both from 9 to 5 p.m. And the schedule is kind of complicated and not normal. And I'll do another video going more into depth, like about the actual program and what it entails. But I just remember it was 9 to 5 on 2 weekdays, and then weekends were dedicated to shooting. And then spring semester junior year, it was a similar thing, 9 to 5 on Tuesday, I think. And then random meetings throughout the week per your professor's request. And then the weekends were dedicated to shooting and production. In the class that I'm in now, last semester it wasn't like this, but in the class that I'm in now, it's the same structure. It's the same structure where it's like, or it was, because we're not in physical production now, where it's like class on a weekday from 9 to 5, and then weekends are dedicated to production. And then any time throughout the week that you need to schedule meetings to work with people, also dedicated to production. It's just incredibly time consuming and draining. And that also made me feel very isolated in the beginning, because it was like I can't even explain it to people who aren't in the program, and then people in the program, like, yeah. I was thinking about it this morning. I honestly thought being in this school, like if I wanted to work on a project or if I wanted to make something on my own free time with the equipment that the school provides that I pay a lot of money for, I thought that I would be able to do that. And I'm not. And it's like there's really no time to work on your own stuff in the program anyway, but that kind of sucks. Like, why can't I check out, and what camera do we use? I don't know. Sony, whatever. Why can't I check out a Sony camera when I want to and do work when I want to? Restrictions on renting a camera for a school that I pay for. Like, I feel like the things I'm bringing up are such minor problems. I don't know. But that's just so dumb to me. If I pay all this money to go to the school, I feel like I should be able to use the resources that I'm paying for. And then also, too, when I went to my arts high school, and so the major I was in was digital media. But I'm going to refer to the other major that was attached to mine, which is visual arts. And this is not really a complaint, this is more of a critique, something that I feel like the school can make better. When I would look at the visual arts school, the major, they would all have certain frameworks and standards that they all had to learn to put everyone on an even playing field. In my opinion, I don't think that SCA puts people on an even playing field when you first start out. And it's almost like if you're not at this like industry level, in air quotes, if you don't have the mega experience in film, which I did not, it almost feels like you're playing an endless game of catch up with the people around you. At my old high school, shout out Dreyfus for setting the standard, love you queen. At my old high school, like, I remember the visual arts kids all had to learn, for example, like the color wheel. They had to learn figure drawing. They had to learn like basic things to make art better. And whether it was your first time learning it or your 100th time learning it, everybody started off at the same place. So you could build on that. I feel like in this school, there is none of that. You come in with what you know. This might be a lot, might be nothing. For me, I kind of lean towards the nothing. You start where you start. And I don't think everybody finishes in the same place, which is unfortunate. And because the thing is I'm like, if USC is raising the tuition to 6 figures, I should be getting everything I want and more. It's not going to be perfect, but I should be getting everything I want and more. Yeah, let's start there, right, Steven? Right. Let's start there. Because we were talking about this, like, what was it, yesterday? So to start, I think the class is $294, $295, which is like the entry-level production class for our program. When you start in that class, you have to buy a $200 hard drive that is outside of your tuition, that is outside of the school's insurance fees. What am I insuring, by the way? Do you need some money?
Do you need some money?
Outside of the school's insurance fees, outside of my tuition, I had to pay $200 for a hard drive. Then when you get grouped into your little trios or whatever, you have to pay an additional $200 to $300 for SD cards. Why is that not being given to me? If the tuition is about to be 6 figures, I should not have to pay for a thing. So yeah, all that to say, SCA just doesn't start you off strong, and there's no guarantee of where you'll finish. And I think that's one of my biggest notes of the school. One of the biggest things that they can like make better is they don't really consider, hey, not everyone is a pro. Especially in undergrad. Like, girl, be real with me. So yeah, I think that's really... Did that really explain how I feel? I don't know. And I say all of this coming from experience. I feel like, honestly, a lot of my experiences that I've had in this school, I've kind of blocked out because there are a lot of adverse memories, and I just kind of force myself to forget them. Because if you don't forget them, I feel like I'm going to go insane. All in all, I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for all the resources that I have. I've had so many opportunities just being at USC in film that I literally never thought I would have before, like being able to shadow on professional sets and events, to like meet professionals and hear from professionals. That has been so cool. I met a director from Saturday Night Live. I met the president of Sony Pictures. Like, that's super cool. And then also I will say, like, that USC network really is a thing if you utilize it well. So I've gotten a lot out of it. I'm putting this on the internet in the hopes that maybe people from the school will find this video and say, oh, this is what we can work on. And also maybe to complain a little bit. Yeah. Overall, I just think SCA would benefit from a lot more structure because I feel like there isn't much. It is so like lawless but lawful at the same time. And it's such a weird like dichotomy. But yeah, I just felt like adding this little vent in here. Let's see what time it is. It is, oh my gosh, I've been talking for 23 minutes. Okay, it's 4:39. I have some things I need to do, so I'm gonna sit out here with Steven and do them. And then probably go home and put on a different outfit before the probate tonight. And yeah. Bye. Bye. Here's Steven. Bye. I got home from class and I had to change really quickly because I have step practice in like 30 minutes and then a probate in about an hour. So yeah, I'll show y'all my outfit when I get my room because my room's a mess. I can go to a different bathroom because my room is an absolute mess, but I wanted to show y'all my outfit for the rest of the night. This jacket is from E2 Avenue. She no longer makes AKA Amelia, but this is one of my favorite jackets like ever. It looks so good. My sweatsuit is from Skims. I have on my Tims, and then I'm just gonna carry my big black shopping bag because it fits my camera in it the best. So yeah guys, I'm about to walk back to campus and go to, where am I going? Yard show practice, and then go to the show. It's a very busy day. Hi vlog. So we're at yard show practice right now. There we go.
Behind the scenes footage, never before seen before.
Who are you?
I am Sierra Carpenter. I am one of Sydney's friends. Sydney is my 7. I am her 24 tail.
Period. Okay, we gotta go back to practice, but you'll meet the rest of them later.
Inshallah.
Look how cute. Guys, we're at the probate right now. That's right. Yay.
Triumphant founder Viola Tyler Goins. Triumphant founder Fanny Petty Watts. Just to be a final woman. C5B.
Right. And is. Okay, we're leaving.
It's cute.
There they go. So cute. But it's time to go to the house. Hi y'all. I don't know why my computer or my headphones just doesn't take sound when I record an intro, but it happened again, guys. So here I am, voiceovering, real ghetto. But thank you all so much for watching this video to the end. I know it was a bit of a longer one because of my little rant in the middle. But if you liked it, give it a... Hold on. Period. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of my life, please subscribe. Yeah. See you all in my next video. Bye. Peace.